So we have with us the fantastic, wonderful Epiphany Jones.
Hey!
You've been at the studio today filming some foot fetish fun.
Oh yes, devouring those delicious feet and toes.
But you do a lot of work across the board, especially some of the fetish stuff you do increasingly now.
Yeah, I love fetish content, shooting BDSM stuff or foot fetish. Anything that's different and unique, I like.
And is that what your fan base demand now? More and more of that?
Yeah, I'm finding the older I'm getting, I'm definitely getting more and more into fetish and getting more fetish based customs and orders, especially like femdom. I think because I'm older now, I've become more dominant and mature, and I'm loving exploring that side of me.
So how long have you been doing this?
I started camming 10 years ago. Oh my gosh.
10 years ago?
It's so long.
You must have been a baby.
Yeah, I was early 20s when I started, and then I've kind of grown and blossomed into a naughty, dirty slut.
And you're well known as sort of like being a girl who sort of really loves to push herself on set and really provides so much for each shoot. You're sort of like every producer has you on their sort of go-to list for guaranteed good shoots.
Oh, that's nice to know. I really enjoy my job. In fact, I feel weird calling it a job because to me, it's like art. I can express myself, we can explore things. So yeah, I love what I do, and I think that's what comes across.
Very much so. And when you're filming, what is your favourite? If you had to pick a day at the office, what would it be?
Oh, this is a good question. I'd love to be on set at a studio because that's my favourite days, working with other people, doing scenes. But what kind of scenes? Oh, there's so many. I obviously love to have sex, especially with hot girls. But my favourite type of scene, I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. A lot of people tell me to stop being nosy. Okay, yeah, but the thing is, you don't really specialise as such because your range is so broad.
Yeah, that's so true. I don't kind of box myself in. I like to explore everything or try everything at least once. And I tend to find that I enjoy a lot of the things that we do in porn and on sets and in customs.
Yeah, that definitely comes across. So is it predominantly now paid shoots, or do you still do a mix of paid and content?
I predominantly do paid shoots. I try and do a couple of content shares a month, but it depends how busy my schedule is. I like to do the paid shoots because I love working with studios and big productions. But the content share I like to have for my own fans so that I can sell on my pages and stuff. I think it's really good to do the both, dovetail content and paid shoots. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, well, for the purposes of these interviews, I've invented a time machine, right? So imagine you could go back now and meet yourself on your first day of working in the industry. What would you advise yourself now, looking back, that you've kind of learnt the hard way along the way? What advice would you hand out to yourself now, starting out?
Boundaries is the most important thing. Know exactly your nose, what it is that you're really happy doing, what it is you're really not comfortable doing, and be really strict and sure with that.
That's great advice, and that's great advice for everyone. So talk podcast, because you're sort of like, you're famed for your podcasts now, which are amazing figures. Tell us all about that.
Well, I've got a big mouth, so I thought I may as well make use of that big mouth. So yeah, Spilling the Tea with Epiphany is a little show that I do where I spill the industry tea, so announcements, gossip, new things that are happening, everything we discuss on Spilling the Tea, and I try to do it in a really like unbiased and like judgmental way.
Okay, that's great. So where can people see that stuff? Because obviously there's a huge fan base for that as well.
Many vids on my Many Vids page, Epiphany Jones, and I don't know whether I should tell you this, but you won't tell anybody, will you?
Well, I'm going to tell everyone, but go ahead.
I'm going to be doing a Spilling the Tea with Epiphany Many Vids special, where I'm going to be interviewing some of your favourite British stars on Many Vids. I can't give too much away, but all will be revealed very soon, and I'm sure you're going to see some of your favourite stars on there, so keep a lookout.
Oh, that's great. Look forward to that. That's going to be awesome. So you say Many Vids and OnlyFans. Are those the best places for people to go find your content and enjoy it?
For content, yes, Many Vids and OnlyFans. If you want to come and cam and hang out with me and free chat with me, check me out on Chatterbait or Fantasy Club.
All right, okay, that sounds interesting. So, beyond the industry for a second, how do you relax when you're not working? on that 2 or 3 days a year.
You're funny. I like to, if I really want to relax and enjoy a day off, I'm going to sound really boring, but I love watching documentaries. I really enjoy animal documentaries or war documentaries. World War II is something that I really like watching.
Yeah, but this has gone in a different direction to the one I thought it was going to go.
And then the usual, just cooking and sport. Oh, what am I on about? Wrestling.
Wrestling.
I love wrestling.
Okay. It's good. A lot of people do. So you have, your little passions outside of the industry to enjoy. That's great. That's good news. Well, it's always wonderful to have you here at the studio, and
likewise, you guys.
Obviously, it's a good week for us because you're back tomorrow.
Yay! You can't get rid of me.
So, thank you so much for doing this. It's been really interesting chatting to you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and big love. Mwah.